God. You're so stupid, Ducky. I love it. This is the stuff that I gotta show this to you guys. I love this because Ducky and she sends me these things like I'm gonna share them. I'm busting your balls, Ducky. She sends me stuff like this. Do you see this? It says, "Hey, bitch." Like that's how she wakes up and sends me stuff, and then she sends me this. Am I a good mother? Am I a good mother, Susan? She goes, my name is Amy. Oh, it's good to laugh so early in the morning. Anyways, welcome to the forecast, you guys. Let me just share this out really quick. It's gonna take me a moment. I'm sorry. Let me share this out. If you guys don't mind sharing it out, I would greatly appreciate it. It would help. Every little bit helps. Share it to your pages. Share it to any groups that you might belong to. How are you guys? Yesterday's reading was bang on. Like, super excited about yesterday's reading. I hope this week really fulfills what we saw in yesterday's cards because it looks like kind of amazing. For those of you that have no idea what I'm talking about, go watch yesterday's broadcast. Excuse me, because it felt like a really lovely week. So, and it was also the underpinning energy of not only the kickoff of yesterday, but that energy will sort of stay with us throughout the week. So keep that in mind as you go through this week. Watch that broadcast and utilize those ideas or focuses, right, to make them your reality. Okay, so the theme this week, I'm going to just say it again, is that stone of harmony on that rose quartz, which to me is like heart-centered harmony within our own world, within our own self. And when we have that, we are able to sort of really kind of move mountains, I want to say. So that's exciting. Let me get this shared out really quick. Sorry. I wish there was an easier way to do this. Ducky sent me this option for a thing called Live Leap. I'm going to check into that and see if that helps make this a little bit easier, because I would love to get these videos down to where I'm just doing the forecast, going right into the cards. But we'll see. I'm working on it because I feel like you guys wait a little bit too long for this in the morning. Although there's nothing wrong with a little bit of silence, right? Silence is golden. Sometimes I dig silence. Good morning, Tracy Marie. Good morning, Sohel Aman Khan. How are you? Good morning, Barasi. Good morning, Wanda. Good morning, Lisa. Good morning, G Babaji. Today is your birthday, G Babaji. Happy birthday. Happy Aquarius birthday for you, my friend. The morning reading is for everyone, G Babaji, so it's not necessarily, I don't do specific readings for singular people. It's a group reading for everybody. Something to focus on, something to sort of think about as we move throughout the day today. So it's to be shared amongst everyone, since we're all connected on some level, whether we realize it or not. We're all here having a human experience. We should be in support of one another and in grace and ease with one another. One second, I'm still sharing out. And then we will get, oh no, damn it, I always hit that button. Ding dong. Alright, let me see here. One more, I think, and then we're done. I hate that you guys have to wait, I'm sorry. Alright, I think this is everybody. We've posted it to everybody. Alright, hey Amanda, how are you? Hey, Karen. Uh, hey, Ducky. Hey, Mary. Okay. All right, so let's get into. Hey, Jessica Farley. All right, so let's get into the forecast for today. I'm going to start to shuffle the cards and ask Spirit for the message for the collective for the 27th of January for those that are watching live. Um, and for anybody that may tune in at any point in time in the future, right? So this could be a timeless reading. If this shows up in your feed, if you happen to be sitting on your couch watching random YouTube videos and this shows up, there might be something in it for you. Those of you that want to support the channel, I greatly appreciate all subscriptions. Please hit the notification bell, either from the Facebook business page. Please follow the business page and like it. Go over to YouTube and give me a subscribe over there. Hit the notification bell so you're notified when I do go live. On Tuesday nights, I do the How I Can Help You Hour, Baba G. That would be when you would want to tune in so that you can maybe get a free reading. Wednesdays and Fridays, I do charm readings. I also have all sorts of tarot scopes and unboxings of decks, things like that you can check out on the channel. So please support that. You can follow me on Instagram at Engelgeist333. So that's another way to support me. Any likes, shares, comments, subscribes, they're easy ways to support without having to put forth any money. If you want a private reading with me, that's always available to you too. You can message me at the Facebook business page, or all information about private readings is in the descriptions of the videos once they've uploaded to YouTube. Okay? They're usually conducted over the phone or Facebook video because that's the easiest way to reach people around the world. They take about an hour, just so you know. Alright, so let's see what's going on for today. I have to say the energy feels rather quick today. Precise is a good word for it. This might be the beginning of that Ace of Swords that we saw midweek, but still in the early part of the week, so let's see. Alright, switch cameras. Oh, beautiful. Wow, okay, guys. Wow. This is the Lover's card. This is, I believe, the 6th card of the Major Arcana. Yes, it is the 6th card of the Major Arcana. This card actually showed up a couple of times during the February tarot scopes. It's interesting we're getting ready to enter into February. February obviously being the time of Saint Valentine's. We celebrate Valentine's Day, which is obviously that energy of love and connection with those that we love. But when I look at this card, we had that Star card, right? If we go back and we look at yesterday's forecast, which is the underpinning of the energy of yesterday, but also sort of the long haul, it's the energy of yesterday, but also the long haul underpinning of the energy of the entire week. It can sort of double. It's like a macro, micro sort of snapshot of what we're dealing with. Today, what we've got is this beautiful energy of this Major Arcana card, which is the Lovers, right? Now, this can represent us connecting to others around us in a way that's loving and sort of heart-centered, but this also connects to ourselves. This can also connect to ourselves. Deepening our connection to self, the appreciation of self, which is definitely what I saw in that Star card, right? It's about acknowledging like sort of what is working, what makes us feel good, turning our attentions towards sort of where we feel love, right? And setting that as our intention, setting that as our focus, right? I know that somebody just asked me something about is somebody good for me. Today might be the day to sort of work on finding that out by focusing that love. Does that love feel right to you, right? Does this love, are we bestowing, and this is another question I want to say too, the Lover's card is always about sort of that giving and receiving of love, right? And the connection with others outside of ourselves. But I also feel like there's a question that's being brought up as I'm looking at this card, which is, are we in relationships where maybe love is not being returned to us? Are we in relationships where maybe we are just setting forth love and maybe not receiving it back in a way? Where are our expectations around those relationships? And sometimes I think that the Lover's card can be about sort of, not say, I don't want to say self-sacrifice, but what I do feel like is there a relationship that we're giving to that maybe isn't necessarily providing us the love that we're providing to it? And these might be hard questions to look at, but there's also this sort of strength in the Lover's card where I feel like if we love freely, regardless of the situation and regardless of what the other party does, I'm not saying stay in a relationship that doesn't work for you, but what I'm saying is there is a way to sort of step back from a relationship, still give it love, and be able to sort of remain intact and keep yourself sort of safe and your boundaries in place. Does that make sense, guys? So I feel like this is sort of in some ways, an inventory needs to be taken today of, maybe our relationships. And not all relationships are going to be bad or sort of dissatisfying. But if we find that there are some that maybe are dissatisfying or aren't bringing us sort of the experience that we want, or an experience that's sort of beneficial to us, there is a way to still stay in that energy of the lovers, like sort of bestow love upon that individual or that relationship, yet also sort of love ourselves enough to sort of back off of it, or love ourselves enough to sort of not require a certain experience to come from that relationship so that our happiness is dependent upon it. Does that make sense, guys? So this is really about turning towards what is working and also acknowledging in a loving way maybe what might need not to be let go of, but might need us to sort of readjust how we love within that situation. Because I really do believe that sort of the be all and end all is the emotion of love, right? Like that's what we're all sort of seeking, that's what we're all sort of working towards. So I don't want to say give up on a situation. I certainly, I'm always a firm believer of letting go what doesn't serve us, but there's also a way to sort of, why am I going on this tangent? I just sort of feel like there's also a way for us to love someone or a situation that maybe isn't serving us any longer and still be able to walk away. Like sometimes maybe that's exactly what I'm trying to say is we can walk away and still and be doing that from a place of love. We can separate ourselves, or we can acknowledge what we need and love ourselves enough to give ourselves that by maybe protecting ourselves. So that's for some of you in all of this. For others of you, I think that this is about sort of seeking that relationship to self or with others around you, those sort of love-filled relationships, and really focusing on them today. I think that that's going to help with that star energy of that cleansing of our spirit, that sort of bringing forth that that purity and beauty of spirit that we saw in the star card, as we sort of acknowledge where we love, how we love, what we love, and really focusing on that today. Okay? There's an impact with this being a major arcana card. It says that today is a big day, right? If we choose to follow this path and we choose to focus on what we love or how we love ourselves, where do we maybe need to love ourselves more in our lives? That might be for some of you that are struggling in relationships that aren't necessarily providing you what you need. It's kind of up to you to provide it for yourself in a way, right? And so we can still send love to those relationships, but we don't have to stay trapped within them. Does that make sense, guys? I hope that makes sense. I don't want to tell anybody to stay in something that's not serving them, but I also think that just because it's not serving us doesn't mean that we can't still have love for something. But don't allow that love to sort of keep us stuck. What the hell? Okay, so here is the number one card of the deck, I Am Love. I may not have always made the right choices, but I did my best. I have so much love to give, and everyone around me can feel it. I am given a clean slate every single day to be the best version of me that I can be. I am forgiven. I am love. Wow. I think that's rather profound. I sort of feel like, and I'm not, that's just a card that I pulled out. I didn't do anything to carry this message. I feel that this is spirit bringing this message forth. So I just want you guys to understand that this is definitely a focus on love today. Self-love, giving ourselves a break, assessing our situations and our relationships around us, and maybe stepping away for some of us, but in a way that is still loving, but doesn't necessarily harm ourselves in the process. Okay? Doesn't necessarily keep us attached to anything that is sort of not serving us anymore. We can sort of love from afar or love from a safe distance, honoring ourselves in that, right? Let's go to the grounding stone. Wow. Okay. So it's respect. Let me see here. Okay, so for me, this is about not only respect of ourselves, but respect for others. Respect. First, I feel like this is definitely more self focused with this number one and this I am love. It's like really trying to come from that place of taking care of ourselves, which is what we saw in that star card, right? And that harmony that we're like working towards within ourselves, then we can bestow it out by the week's end to others around us. So this idea of the lovers is focusing on the areas that are working, the relationships that are working, um, in sort of energizing those things, putting our attention on those relationships and our relationship to self. I love that this number one card is here. This respect is to me is, through respecting ourselves, we're able to respect others. Through giving ourselves that sort of attention and love, we are able to sort of then turn it around and share it with others. So keep that in mind today as you move through your day. Always giving yourself respect first and then respecting those around you. This respect is also sort of like what I hear is it's sort of like I'm seeing a door with a key. The respect is kind of the key that opens this door to the harmony that we had in yesterday's grounding stone, right? When we're in respect of self, we feel better, we're able to be more at ease, we're able to sort of respect others, and then we sort of shift our relationship to those people in our environment. We sort of shift our relationship to ourselves. We sort of are more at peace, we're in more harmony at that point. And we're also, it's more easy to be operating from this place of love. This place of love, though, I have to say, as I'm looking at this stuff, for some of us, it might feel very vulnerable, and that's okay. That midweek card of the Ace of Swords that we saw yesterday is going to put us back into this place of feeling sort of less vulnerable, right? That Star card to me does have a vulnerability to it. It does have sort of a passive grace to it that we might feel a little bit exposed, maybe if we come from this place of love. But really, this place of love is really more powerful than anything else than we have. Does that make sense, guys? Like our light, to me, the work that we do with the breathing work in the group is the most powerful, sort of strongest aspect of ourselves. Yet we're not taught to access it. We're not taught to utilize it. We're not taught to shine it. We're actually taught to do the opposite of it, to like wall ourselves off and struggle and be, defensive or aggressive in protection of ourselves. And that's not necessarily the case, right? Our ego may tell us, oh, if we go around loving too many people, they'll take advantage. And that might be true, like, right? We might experience those experiences because we believe in them. Because we sort of automatically have experienced them in the past and we allow the past to sort of create our now. Today's breath exercise, there was a new aspect added to it where we, sort of placed a wish or a dream or a desire. These cards to me say that this energy of love can allow us to sort of place those desires from a place of respect, and we can create them. I love that it says, I am given a clean slate every single day to be the best version of me that I can be. I am forgiven. I am love. So keep that in mind today. Give yourself the respect that you need so that you can forgive yourself, or that you can like clear away your slate and start new, fresh today. It's very positive day to do that. Right, Tabitha? Isn't that a lovely message? We had a wonderful message yesterday too. So this is definitely piggybacking off of that. I think that, to be honest, it's something about this message this week, because we're going from now until pretty much February 1st. This is like we're capping off this month. And I feel like these cards are really beautiful and sort of profound in a sense. Like, it's, to me, okay, like the mental picture that I'm getting right now is like taking a package and wrapping it real pretty and giving it as a gift at the end of the month, right? So like, we're taking the culmination of our slate, so to speak, like as in this I Am Love card, we're taking the culmination of our January thus far and wrapping it up in a very positive way, no matter what happened for us this January, no matter what mistakes we've maybe made or achievements we've made. We can do it all from this place of love. So it's this reminder as we walk into February that, okay, I can do this, and I can do this from a very positive, empowered place, focused on love, even if that means I have to sort of step away or draw boundaries or take care of myself first. So that is your reading for the day, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow morning for the reading. Again, like I've always, like I said earlier in the video, you guys can support me in many different ways. A like, a share, a comment, a subscribe. It costs nothing and is a great way to support me, to keep me doing this. Please cross-subscribe if you're watching on Facebook and you have a YouTube account. Please go over to YouTube and give me a subscription and hit the notification bell, and vice versa. If you're watching on YouTube, go over to Facebook and like my business page if you have a Facebook presence. You can also follow my Instagram at Engelgeist333, and I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Please go out and love today, respect yourself and respect others, and watch how your relationship to the environment changes, how your experiences change. All right, I love you guys. Have a great day. Bye.